Okay.
Bumblebees are disappearing.
Yeah, goodbye-bye. Leftover toll painting. It's gradually
Few of
getting
those.
painted over. And I'm not trying to cover everything. I just want a little bit of this yellow peeking through in the end. So I'm just laying it down now. And I want to see some of that wood too. But I don't want to see any of this. So I'm going to kill it. And as you can see, I'm really not fussing with coverage of any kind here. Just throw a little in there, a little on here.
Did you clean the wood with anything
I did.
special with your
Well,
product, or you just get
I
it?
scraped dirt and dust off it because
Yeah.
it was hanging in my office
Okay.
high, so I couldn't see the top. You know what it looked like when I dig it down? I was like, okay, this is scary. Can you guys see some? You might want to come around. I'm just gonna, oops, I missed a bit. Dust bunnies. There we go.
That'll add character to the dust bunny.
Yeah, lumps. So this really is quick and easy. I think I'll lay it down so you guys can see. There we go. Oh, thanks. Just gonna go. The other thing to remember when you're doing this is to go the same direction as the wood grain, more or less. Okay? Like not this way.
Right.
Just go with the grain. Throw some on there. More
And
top.
if there's different woods, like if there's several different woods there,
Ah,
you'll get a different.
well, it's been stained. The original, this is stained.
Oh,
It's all pine,
Oh, okay.
actually. In the old days when we had wood guys building these pieces for us, which was really nice. I'm not gonna worry about the inside at the moment. Now, on door panels, when you've got grain going this way, right? Then the grain goes this way. So change direction with your stroke. So that you are always following the direction of the wood grain. This is easy painting,
My stuff.
yeah. Maybe just throw a little in there. It's much more, quote, end quote, artistic, kind of. And you can control how much distressing you want to remain when you're done. I'm going to close up a lot of these open areas as I go, but start out loose. And if you've never done anything like this before and you're scared to death, start on the back. By the time you've done the back, you'll say, okay, this isn't hard. Hopefully, when you get it all the bugs worked out with how much paint and how much water. Like this is pretty thick paint, but what you can do, rather than diluting that, is just dip your brush in water a little bit, and you'll get a smoother stroke, see? Which is a little more transparent as well. And I can keep going over it if I want to brush out a lot of those streaks. See how I'm smoothing it? I'm hardly touching it. It's just that little bit of moisture and the paint moves and flows and just fills in all those rough bits.
Can you use any type of brush, or is there a
I
specific
purposely
style?
use a piece of junk.
Because it adds more.
If you like lots of streaks, the chip brushes are really good because they already are spiky. Yeah, but if you want a smoother look, then use a better brush, you know. But for this look, I want to go pretty rough. Just throw a little color in there. Kind of like that. These are the panels that were in this thing. Okay, you recognize that? I think it's still cute. I still like it. So I'm going to put them back. Anybody want to try it? Can't screw this up. Seriously.
It was the first time.
Anybody? Have a try.
I'll try. Let me just get. More at ease. There we go.
There you go.
Just a little bit.
Yep. There you go.
So it's really almost a dry brush technique.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, it's getting pretty close to that. A little more paint than dry brushing, because I want to show you dry brushing on that piece afterwards. But the one thing that you may have difficulty with, you're going to have to really consciously think about, is not to let your arm arc.
What's that?
Well, your natural tendency when you, it's a pivot from your shoulder.
Right.
You see the arc that
Yeah.
creates? That's not good.
Mm.
You want to just, you have to consciously think straight.
Mhm.
Otherwise, if you don't think about it, you're going to,
That's what I was doing. Yeah.
yeah, so.
Okay.
And you have to think while you're doing it?
Well, that's about it.
See, it's not quite as good as yours.
Oh, it looks fine. Perfect.
Anybody else? It is.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to try?
Here, Lee,
I-
have a go on the top there.
Oh, okay, I'm just putting my,
Yeah, it's
so
fine.
it doesn't get
Put a rim on one of your
Oh, that-
masterpieces.
We gotta. Okay, one.
the,
Go for it.
on this
Sure.
one here, yeah.
Yeah, that'll work. I was thinking you could do it here too.
Okay.
That's gonna be hidden on the wall.
And this is a water-based paint.
Yeah, it's our chalk paint.
Chalk paint.
It's the cottage paint that we sell.
Mhm.
Yeah. And the beauty of this is it sticks to
Did you-
anything.
So the grain on this goes like this,
Well,
right?
it doesn't matter.
That's hard to do.
Throw it on.
Can you use this paint on glass?
Yes. You see that window here? I painted it black
Oh.
and then did chalk art on it. It does take longer to stick though.
It does, okay.
Yeah, and if you were to really work at it with your fingernail, you could scrape it off.
So I was thinking of doing it on mason jars and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
it really does it almost.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
works great.
Okay.
But my tip with that is if you, the first coat is impossible.
Okay.
It looks like it. Okay, so you do one coat and leave it overnight. Because it'll, the second coat will move it, even if it seems dry, even if it is dry. If it hasn't had time to cure, it's gonna come off as fast as you're putting it on.
Okay.
So, do a proper coat, but just let it dry overnight before you do a second coat. After that, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. But it is tricky.
Just tell me when someone else wants to turn. I guess you're not gonna see this much, right? This
No,
top part.
no.
Who can't resist?
Yeah, who can't resist? Anybody wanna have a go? We got one more surface to go here. Little one that's not even visible. Wanna try, Lauren?
Here, here.
Right here. There we go.
Hold back this.
Well, you gotta get some paint. No, just a little. Just a little. There you go. Go for it. Are you
I
left-handed?
am. Paint right now.
Really? Do you bat right-handed too? Dennis?
Ambidextrous.
Yeah, you are.
It's just basically layering.
Yeah, really. Okay, we're good. That's enough. So I've covered what, 80%? Roughly?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is dry enough that I can.
Yeah, it dries fast.
Yeah, especially when you're hardly using any paint.
Still a bit. You need a glass still a bit. Somebody drink
Betty would have understood.
I totally understand.
Okay, so my next color, I want this cabinet basically white. But I do want some of the wood and some of the yellow to peek through, so.
You're still using the same
Carefully
brush
wash my brush.
Oh, okay.
What nice white is this?
This is cottage white.
Cottage white.
And I'm just gonna do the same sort of thing on here.
You have to be a bit careful then, otherwise you could completely cover it, right?
Yeah, you have to know when to stop.
Light touch.
Is that diluted? That,
No,
no, that's straight.
yeah. Now, again, depending on how much of this distressed look you can live with, depends on how much you close it up. Like, and this is best observed from across the room. You get too close to it and it's like,
And the
Whoa.
colour below actually comes through.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, it does.
That looks so nice.
And you basically just did the creme brulee to give it a base color.
Which,
The yellow-ish.
I did the
Just to give
yellow,
it to-
I
to give
wanna
it the
see
base
some of
color.
it.
Yeah.
And it will show here and there. And especially since the white isn't gonna cover it solidly, and because this is dry, but as soon as I get going on this one, where it's not dry, it's gonna start blending,
Right.
which is kinda cool too. Gives you a third color, right?
How far does one of those pots of paint go?
Oh,
Roughly,
depends on,
like a dresser,
um,
when you have three.
well,
lines?
that piece there, we could paint with half of one of these.
Okay,
I mean, it really
gives you
does.
an idea of how much.
But that's black. If I was
Yeah.
using white, it would probably take almost a full one
Okay.
to do that because it'll take a third coat, maybe even a fourth. In some spots, if you're going for totally solid.
Yeah.
Now that white looks so lovely and warm. Is it a warm white or is
Yes,
that just
it
that
is.
yellow?
It is a warm white, and that's why I chose this one to go with the yellow, because it has a teeny bit of yellow in it. See, look how that's coming through. I really like that.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'm gonna leave that, and maybe just perk up a little bit more.
And I guess if you overdo it, you can just go back and add more of the yellow again and just
You could.
relayer,
Eventually, though, you'd lose all your wood if you
Yeah.
were doing that.
which is sometimes okay
Yeah.
and sometimes not.
Yeah.
It's a good idea if you're not sure where to go from here, is stop and let it think on it, you know what I mean? So I'm not sure how much I want to close that up, but from a distance, it looks really
Very
cool.
nice.
But up close, if you were doing this, you would probably feel,
Drive me crazy.
yes, you'd be obligated to fill in all the
Yeah.
spots you missed.
Or yeah, exactly. But
Another-
that looks good.
Another reason to stop and just let it grow in you a little bit. And, you know, the other tricky bit is if you're doing a lot of doors or a lot of surfaces, the same technique, they're all going to be quite different. So you do them to a certain point and then you stop, and then you stand back and say, okay, this one needs a bit more, that one needs, you know, and just sort of even it out a little.
And patches in the wood will react differently too, won't they? You know,
Yeah.
sometimes you hit a porous patch or
Exactly,
something. That's the thing.
yeah.
So
So
you
again,
painting without an apron. She's like, Marcus, you're cooking and most people like, no, I always look at them, how would you cook without an apron on? I have it all over me.
okay,
It's so gorgeous.
I mean, yeah. There we go. Okay. Long strokes. Long strokes. Nice big long strokes. There you go.
I take some from there. I got two
Sure.
set down there.
No, don't worry about it. But longer strokes. So it looks, that's better. You're next, Jane. You better take off your coat.
Yeah.
There you go.
Next.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Want to go down there?
Yeah, anywhere you like. You can even go around the other side if you'd rather. You can reach. Okay.
Too much?
Nope.
Whoops.
There's no wrong with this. You just keep going and just keep working an area. If it's not what you want, just keep working at it.
So that's too thick,
Well,
right?
that's
Too-
thicker than the other. A little tip. Once you've dipped into the paint, this is the most paint you're ever going to have at any one time. It's right here, right? So don't start like this.
Okay,
Oh,
so it doesn't come off.
If you do this, you're gonna get a sudden start. But if you lay your brush down, you're gonna be more on the sides of the bristles. And hardly touching at all. You can always, it's safer to do that and just keep working it until it's as thick as you want it, rather than do it too thick and go, shit, now what? Right?
Yeah, so I just ruined that bit for you.
No, I like that
It
contrast.
I don't mind that
though.
either.
It does.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
like
it's
the
like the old piece that wasn't
Yeah.
worn. You know?
And you notice I left that knob on purpose because see what happens? You don't paint around it because you can't get in there.
Right.
So it looks naturally worn, which is where it would wear around the.
On the side?
Yeah, go for it.
Just
I just want to see. Okay, stop for a
usually
sec.
when you
I just want to see. Whoa, that's looking cool, eh?
Mm-hmm. Very cute.
Yeah, nice colors. Okay. Okay, carry on.
so this is a prime example of what you told me not to do, right?
That's okay. No, I don't mind that at all. Don't
Yeah.
undo it.
So do you want the insides done or should I?
Yeah, a little bit. Go for it.
You can't get it kind of flat so much.
You mean you can't get it perfect?
And you said to do it at a flat.
I am so guilty.
Oh, the
I
brush.
started something
Yeah.
last night and I
You get used to that.
worrying
If you
about this, but I started
think
on
about
the
it
back,
often
so-
enough.
For the drop-in, you just bring your piece of furniture or whatever it is that you want to do.
Yep.
And then will you supply the brushes
Yeah.
and then we'll buy the paint kind
Yeah.
of thing? Okay.
Exactly. And we have lots of little things that you might want to add to your piece that we don't expect you to buy. Just want a little bit of this or that, or do an image transfer on
Is there a certain day that you do your drop-ins?
Sundays.
Oh, Sundays.
Yeah.
Yes. All day or?
Yeah.
Have I done my thing now?
Yep. Okay.
You just have to sign up ahead of time because we can only take 6 back
Oh,
here.
okay.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna try a little bit of water in this for the next step. And just see if I can get a light touch. Woo.
I get the more colours you put on, would you want a thinner paint? Like if you were putting.
You can do it that way. Then it's like layers of washes. But if you're doing it with paint that is like this, covering quite well, then you see how there's less paint covering over the yellow there. So that yellow is showing through more. So you can control it by just using less paint. But again, I'm hardly touching it. See that? The bristles are hardly bending. It is. But it's also blending the paint in. You see that? So it just moves ever so subtly, but it is just sort of flowing into all those little, so it doesn't look like it's just scritchy scratched all over the place. It blends, and more pressure now because there's nothing left on the brush. So it's just moving whatever is wet. A little bit. See how nice that looks?
Yeah.
And that kind of thing
Difference already.
is really pretty.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
But how much faster this is, eh? Than tedious base coating.
But it's a lot faster than what you were doing last night.
Yes.
Did you buy some product today?
Yeah, that's so. I didn't want to keep going until
Yeah.
I learned.
Yeah.
Just
You
to
know,
blend.
because I would just paint it.
Yeah, it is nice. I really like
Not
it.
that. So.
Yeah.
Well, now you have a base
Well,
paint.
then,
That's right. That's right.
What are you doing?
I want to get more yellow.
Just in our old bathroom cabinets, really old, like 25-year-old.
Well, I missed a bit.
That's right again.
What was
Not
that?
about a white on it. I'm wondering if I put a color on
This is
top
hung
of that.
high
how
on the
that
wall,
would look.
so I know I'm going to see
Thinking of
that.
maybe doing that. Sounds good. Let's try it.
They wanted satin varnish and we only have a gallon. Do you want me to open something else's?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Great.
Ooh, that's nice too, isn't it?
Like that.
I just had a little bit of yellow left over in my brush and I come back and
Oh, that's neat, yeah.
blended it a bit. Okay.
It's softer when you do it that way.
Yeah,
It's not
it
as
is.
contoured.
It's not as
yeah.
streaky, is it?
Mhm.
Okay, so we have to do this side, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay, somebody come try the light.
Why did you say you left the knob on purpose? Sorry.
So that this doesn't get painted as heavily because you can't
That's
read
when the
it.
paint always wears off or you're
Yeah.
pulling off.
Wow.
Keep your brush horizontal. That's vertical. Horizontal is almost flat.
Oh, yeah, but
There you go.
okay, I see what you're doing.
There you go.
I
It's
did
nerve
not.
wracking when you're up there.
Yeah, I know. That's it. Now you got it. Nice straight strokes too. Look at that. Whew.
What was the yellow called?
This is tamarind. Oh, it's not on there. Tamarind. Yeah, it is.
Could be Tuscany too.
Sunflowers again. Okay, I think we want a little more coverage, so.
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd rather go slow myself
Yeah, oh,
than,
smart move.
than find myself going, oh no, I can't go back. Well,
Yeah,
I
because
can't.
if you try taking it off, it doesn't look the same because it all mushes together and it ends up like a fog rather than back to wood. So you just try not to have to take it off. It's much easier to put it on. Now you're getting there. Close it up a titch more.
I'm sorry?
Close it up means lose a lot of the background, a little more of the background. Yeah.
It's funny how the white feels so much different than the yellow, like it, as in applying it, you know?
Yeah. It could be a little thinner. I think it is.
Maybe.
It is. This one's really thick.
This would work well with, like, you know, the wood we did there.
Yes,
One
it
side
would.
one for my bedroom.
Because of the texture. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Anybody else wanna take over my start?
That side's good. I think it's done. Oh, while you're there, you want to get that edge?
Which one?
This edge.
Oh, okay. Lengthwise?
Now, what happens if you forget something like that and then you've built up a bit of a solid ridge? Can you?
You can take a damp cloth and just rub it right off,
Okay.
or sand it off if it's dry already. Yeah, perfect. Good. Excellent. Yeah.
Get my little knob here.
Okay. Too much fun, eh?
I think I can close it up, but it's not touching.
No.
Really.
No.
Okay, there we are.
Anybody else want to have a go?
This is my biggest problem. I wear it too. I just touched it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's okay.
When you get it in your hair.
Yes.
Yeah, it's always
At home, my husband does all the painting because I usually have it up to here within the first hour. I'm like, just a messy painter. I wallpaper better.
Stick there.
So you can buy it by the gallon.
Yep. Or you can buy it by the 8 ounce or the quart. And it goes a long way. It really does. But there's so many different techniques, finishes you can end up with using the same product, you know, and we've got glazes which you can put over this to tone it down, antique it, change colors. I mean, it's just
How do you protect
phenomenal.
that now? Like, is it a wax or is it a paraffin, urethane?
It can be either of those. Wax, the wax isn't really, well, we have beeswax, but generally people use the acrylic wax, which is much more durable. You don't have to redo it. It has no beeswax in it. I don't know why they call it wax.
No, I'd rather not polish.
No, you don't want to polish. And ours, you don't have to polish it at all. And it's really quite durable.
It smells nice though, right? Beeswax.
And the beeswax is wonderful. But it isn't durable and it has to be reapplied. I would use that on surfaces that need to be food safe or baby chew proof or safe. Stuff like that. But if you need something to, like this, I would just hang it on the wall and every 6 years or so dust it. You know, with some Windex.
And not put a sealant on?
Oh, I'd use our acrylic wax. And then I can squirt Windex on it and clean it.
Windex.
Huh?
Windex.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
that's my favorite cleaner. Windex everything.
When we have it
Oh.
forward.
What's your favorite cleaner?
Her husband.
Yeah. Smart one. Good one.
Did you say you couldn't paint the beeswax too?
You can't paint over beeswax. No. If you wanted to paint over beeswax, you have to get the beeswax off
Yeah.
because nothing sticks to that.